Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is Fabrizio Romano, talks ongoing for £35 million Liverpool transfer deal. Liverpool given encouragement in pursuit of Marc Guehi. Liverpool's defensive priorities have come into sharper focus as the transfer deadline approaches, with Crystal Palace captain Marc Guehi emerging as a key target. According to Fabrizio Romano on X, despite reports on Man City and more clubs, Marc Guehi's situation has not changed. Liverpool is his favorite destination. Guehi wants LFC, talks still ongoing for deal to happen before end of the window. If not possible with Palace, Liverpool will be on it for 2026. This declaration underscores the player's commitment to a move north, even as Manchester City hover in the background. Guehi, now in the final year of his contract, has made clear where his preference lies if he is to depart Selhurst Park. Negotiations depend on Palace valuation. Crystal Palace remain reluctant sellers and currently hold firm on their £45 million asking price, as reported by Miguel Delaney. Liverpool, however, are believed to value the England international closer to £35 million. This gap leaves both sides with a decision to make before next Monday's deadline. David Ornstein, writing in The Athletic, reinforced Guehi's stance. Anfield is the centre-back's chosen destination, adding that Palace are wary of losing their captain on a free next summer. If the South London club softens its demands, this deal could accelerate quickly. Why Guehi fits Liverpool's plans. Liverpool's opening fixtures have highlighted vulnerabilities in defence. While Arne Slot has retained the high-intensity principles that delivered a title-winning campaign last season, his side looked exposed against Newcastle. Ibrahima Konate, singled out for criticism after that game, faces uncertainty amid his own contract situation. Guehi offers composure, strength in duels and positional discipline. At 25, he blends experience with longevity, making him an ideal candidate for a squad entering a new era under Slot. His leadership qualities, proven as Palace captain, add further appeal. With 6 days left in the window, there is still time for Fenway Sports Group and sporting director Richard Hughes to act. Liverpool's reluctance to overspend is well documented, yet Guehi's desire to join Anfield tilts negotiations in their favour. Palace's involvement in the Europa Conference League playoff could influence matters. If they exit Europe, financial logic might push the Eagles towards a sale. For Liverpool, this represents a chance to resolve a growing concern in central defence and maintain momentum in their quest for sustained domestic dominance. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our third news is Virgil van Dijk fires stark warning to Liverpool teammates ahead of intense Arsenal test. Liverpool have started their Premier League title defence with back-to-back victories, but captain Virgil van Dijk is far from happy with their performances as he looks ahead to Arsenal. Virgil van Dijk has warned Liverpool must improve to retain their Premier League title. Liverpool captain Van Dijk insists they are relishing Sunday's title showdown with Arsenal after both contenders won their opening 2 games. However, Van Dijk admitted the way Liverpool are conceding goals, they have let in 4 in their opening wins over Bournemouth and Newcastle, is a major cause for concern. The Dutch defender says that must be a bigger worry for Liverpool than Arsenal's £300 million spending spree as the Gunners try to chase down and overtake the champions. Van Dijk said, "I look at it that we have to keep improving to retain the title. Many teams improve their squad, but it is down to us personally to find the consistency and win games, and nothing else matters. In the other years we were successful, we didn't look at the other teams. There is no point because all of the teams in the Premier League, in my opinion, are very good. I'm really looking forward to it. We're playing a fantastic team with a great manager, that has been challenging for the Premier League for many years now as well. The games we played against each other are very intense as well. We have a week now to prepare and we will recover now and then we have to be ready. The Premier League has no easy games, so it doesn't really matter who you are going to face. It is always going to be difficult, especially when we're at the stage we're at right now where the transfer window is still open. Things could still happen in and out, and after the international break, we have the team to go forward. Van Dijk pointed to improving at set pieces, which was their downfall again at Newcastle. Despite the incredible spirit shown, he says improving defensively is what they must look at. He added, after you win a game, then it is maybe easier to give an answer. But I think we have to get back into it a little bit. I won't say the performance was bad because we played against a team that was very intense from the start until the end, and it is a difficult place to come. But there were so many good moments as well. And at this stage of the season, especially at the start, it is all about the points. We're doing pretty well. We don't want to concede goals, and I think today we conceded 2 goals from set pieces. Those 2 goals got Newcastle back in the game and gave them belief. That is something we have to keep working on, and we will. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our second news is transfer rumors. Liverpool eye elite Salah replacement. Vinicius Jr. pushes for Real Madrid exit. Kobbie Mainoo, Rodrigo, Bruno Fernandes, Alessandro Bastoni and Robert Lewandowski all feature in today's gossip. Liverpool have identified Bayern Munich winger Michael Olise as the ideal replacement for Mohamed Salah next summer. The Reds' pursuit is set to be aided by a release clause in the forward's contract. There is rival interest from Chelsea and Manchester City. Rodrigo's absence from Carlo Ancelotti's Brazil squad for September's internationals has given Arsenal and Manchester City a major boost in their attempts to lure the mercurial winger away from Real Madrid. Manchester United's Joshua Zirkzee has emerged as a target for PSV Eindhoven. Arsenal have offered €10 million, £8.6 million, $11.7 million, for Palmeiras centre-back Luis Benedetti, but the Brazilian club are demanding a minimum of €15 million. Liverpool have been joined by Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur in their surprise pursuit of Brentford captain Nathan Collins, since it has been revealed that Kobbie Mainoo is prepared to leave Man United. As many as 10 different clubs have expressed an interest in the central midfielder. Mainoo would be open to joining a Champions League club. Newcastle are expected to complete a deal for Wolverhampton Wanderers forward Jorgen Strand Larsen with an improved offer of £60 million, $80.9 million. West Ham United have held talks with Manchester United regarding a loan move for Andre Onana. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our fourth news is new Carabao Cup rule changes with Arsenal, Liverpool and Chelsea all affected. The draw for the third round of the Carabao Cup will take place on Wednesday, and it will be slightly different due to the 8 clubs that are competing in the Champions League and Europa League. The Carabao Cup has returned this week, with several Premier League teams in action for the first time. The likes of Brentford, West Ham, Burnley and Southampton have all progressed, while Bournemouth and Wolves have already crashed out. Manchester United, Everton, Fulham and Brighton, meanwhile, will all be in action on Wednesday as they take on EFL opposition. Newcastle are the defending champions after they beat Liverpool 2-1 in the final to claim their first domestic trophy since 1955. The draw for the third round will take place after United's clash with Grimsby, and there have been some changes, with the schedule dictating that teams competing in the Champions League and Europa League will not be drawn to face each other. As a result, 2 separate bowls will be used in the draw, with the 8 clubs involved in the Champions League and Europa League in one and the remaining 24 in the other, and those 8 teams will be drawn first: Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City, Newcastle. Chelsea and Tottenham all qualified for the Champions League, while Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest are in the Europa League. Crystal Palace initially qualified for the Europa League after beating Manchester City to win the FA Cup, but they were demoted to the Conference League due to UEFA's multi-club ownership rules. The third round matches will also be held over a 2-week period due to a clash with European football. In a statement, the EFL confirmed Following the expansion of the European competition calendar ahead of the 2024-25 season, the EFL will again be required to implement additional conditions for the Carabao Cup Round 3 draw. In line with last year's competition, this season's Carabao Cup Round 3 fixtures will take place across 2 weeks, beginning the 15th and the 22nd of September, with fixtures in the Champions League, week beginning September 15th, and Europa League, week beginning September 22nd. Also scheduled during this period. As UEFA competition fixtures cannot be rescheduled, and to enable the Carabao Cup to proceed within its agreed schedule without disrupting other league or domestic cup fixtures, the additional conditions will ensure that clubs participating in the Champions League or Europa League cannot meet each other in Round 3 of the League Cup. This will ensure that both teams drawn in each tie will be able to fulfill the fixture in one of the allocated weeks. It would always be the EFL's preference to conduct the draw in the traditional manner, but these changes have been forced upon us for the second season in succession as a result of UEFA's failure to consult with the leagues of Europe prior to finalizing its competition schedule. Don't miss subscribe for. Our fifth news is Newcastle's 3 conditions to allow Alexander Isak to complete Liverpool transfer. Newcastle want their £150 million valuation met and also want to bring in 2 new players before even considering sanctioning a move for Alexander Isak to join Liverpool. Alexander Isak is determined to quit St James's Park, even after crisis talks with the Newcastle hierarchy. Newcastle striker Isak repeated his desire to move before the transfer window shuts on Monday and has his heart set on joining Liverpool. Liverpool have had 1 bid turned down and will go back if they get any encouragement, but they are miles apart from meeting Newcastle's £150 million valuation. Newcastle chairman Yasser Al-Rumayyan is trying to broker an agreement which would see Isak remain at St James's Park. Club directors Jamie Rubin and Jacobo Solis held talks with Isak at his house on Monday before Newcastle's game with Liverpool. The idea was to try and find a solution to reintegrate Isak back into Newcastle's first-team squad, as the Sweden international has missed the first 2 games of the season because he is on strike. But Isak made it very clear that he has not had a change of heart and wants to join Liverpool. Isak issued a public statement last week in which he accused the club of broken promises, and said, "The relationship can't continue." Despite Newcastle's best efforts to bring Isak back into the fold, the saga looks set to run until the end of the window. It remains to be seen whether Newcastle will sanction a transfer with time running out for them to find replacements in the transfer market. Newcastle want their valuation met and also want to bring in 2 new players before even considering sanctioning a move. They have been adamant all summer they do not want to sell, but their resolve is likely to be tested again before the end of the window. Newcastle have been chasing Brentford's Rion Gumaha but have had 2 bids turned down, with the second worth up to £40m. They have also had a £50 million bid turned down for Wolves striker Jørgen Strand Larsen, with the Midlands club insisting they will not sell and they want to give the Norway international a new contract. Fabrizio Romano has revealed Liverpool are in ongoing talks for a £35 million transfer deal. Police Carlight the Reds are also monitoring potential replacements for Mohamed Salah as Real Madrid face pressure from Vinicius Jr. Meanwhile, Virgil van Dijk has fired a strong warning to his Liverpool teammates ahead of the Arsenal clash, while new Carabao Cup rule changes will affect Liverpool, Chelsea, and Arsenal. Plus, Newcastle's strict conditions for Alexander Isak's Liverpool transfer and Van Dijk's Rion Gumaha prediction. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. He has emerged as a target for PSV Eindhoven. Arsenal have offered €10 million, £8.6 million, $11.7 million, for Palmeiras centre-back Luis Benedetti, but the Brazilian club are demanding a minimum of €15 million. Liverpool have been joined by Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur in their surprise pursuit of Brentford captain Nathan Collins, since it has been revealed that Kobbie Mainoo is prepared to leave Man United. As many as 10 different clubs have expressed an interest in the central midfielder. Mainoo would be open to joining a Champions League club. Newcastle are expected to complete a deal for Wolverhampton Wanderers forward Jørgen Strand Larsen with an improved offer of £60 million, $80.9 million, West Ham United have held talks with Manchester United regarding a loan move for Andre Onana. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our last news is Virgil van Dijk shares Rion Gumaha prediction after issuing daunting list of demands. Rion Gumaha proved to be Liverpool's unlikely match winner as they squeezed past Newcastle at St James Park in what was a chaotic affair, and Virgil van Dijk has since spoken out. Virgil van Dijk insists Liverpool wonderkid Rion Gumaha has got all the ingredients to have a fantastic career. Van Dijk was full of praise for the 16-year-old's mentality, determination, and also his down-to-earth attitude, which means he will be straight back into training after his moment of glory. Ngumaha, who turned 17 on Friday, scored the 100th minute winner in Liverpool's 5-goal thriller with Newcastle on Monday night. He is now Liverpool's youngest ever goalscorer. That marked him down as the Premier League's latest whiz kid after 15-year-old Max Baumann made his debut for Arsenal in the Premier League last Saturday. It is now a young man's game, but it takes something special for even the best kids and prospects to progress into a team as good as Liverpool's. But Van Dijk says he has no doubts about teenage forward Ngumaha's attributes after seeing him close up every day, and the way he took his moment of glory. Liverpool captain Van Dijk said, 16 years old. Incredible. I'm very happy for him. It should motivate him even more to keep working each and every day and stay humble. He is in a good environment to progress. He has to look after himself, and he has to learn from all of us, playing for so many years at the highest level, and take it on board and progress. That is a good target for him. I think if you make your Premier League debut at 16, scoring the winner, then that is a great sign of quality and being a special talent. But I also know you have to take it game by game. He has to keep working hard, make sure he is staying fit, progressing, take experience, and look at what others are doing and learn from that as well. We have very good personalities in our team and make sure that we are all in this together. We want them to progress and get better. It is down to him first and foremost, but also us as a team. It starts with mentality, of course. You have to have the right mindset. Nowadays, if you are a football player of the highest level, it takes much more than just playing on the pitch. You have to deal with a lot of things off the pitch as well. Mentally, physically, there are a lot of games. But it is a good start from him. He has to have the motivation to keep working, and hopefully he will have a fantastic career. There does seem to be a trend in football of the kids getting younger for their debuts and goals. Baumann made his debut at 15 years and 234 days. And he is not even Arsenal's youngest player, as Ethan Nwaneri was younger and is also the Premier League's youngest debutant. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment,